Hi guys, how you all doing? Today we're going to make possibly one of the most famous Thai soups, Tom Kha Gai. It's a coconut milk based soup. It's absolutely bursting with flavour, and the star of the show is galangal. This adds a fantastic unique flavour to this coconut soup. Now there are many variations of this soup, but we are going to make a real Thai version of Tom Kha Gai, spicy sour soup. This soup has been so westernized with chicken stock and sugars and everything else. It's starting to take away from the real Thai recipes. So I will show you how to make Tom Kha Gai the Thai way. So let's make it.
Okay, then we want to put a pan on or a wok on and add about 1 litre of water, and then turn our flame on to medium high. We want to be bringing this up to a boil. So the start of our show then is galangal, and what we need about 4 or 5 good slices of galangal, and this is going to give our sour soup its unique flavour. So whilst we have our water coming up to the boil, add 1 teaspoon of salt. And then put in our sliced galangal. We need to start to get this boiling and get the flavour out of the galangal into our water as the base of our soup. Take 2 lemongrass and give it a bruising and a chopping into about 2 centimetre pieces or 2-inch pieces, and throw in the soup mixture. We're putting all the woody ingredients into the soup first to actually start to extract the flavour into the water. Okay, then as it comes up to the boil, we want to be adding our chicken. Put our chicken in, stir it around to loosen it up. This will help it all cook evenly in the water. Now we need to maintain a good simmer boil in our soup mixture. Add 250 milliliters of coconut milk. I'm using a Roy D coconut milk, which I do prefer actually. Give it a little gentle stir around, and our chicken is starting to cook nicely. Now we need to add 2 tablespoons of tamarind paste. Give that a stir in. Obviously this is slightly heavy and will drop to the bottom of the pan. Give it a stir around to mix in with our nice coconut soup mixture. Now we want to take 2 tomatoes and we want to quarter them. And these are 2 average sized tomatoes. Obviously if you have a huge tomato, you might want to cut it into 1/8. But quarter your tomatoes and add it to the soup. Then we want to take a medium onion, or you can use shallots, and we want to cube our onion. Now you can slice it any way you want, you can slice it lengthways, but cubing it is better for our soup. You don't have to worry about the segments on the onion. just add it to the soup, and whilst it's cooking and we are stirring, the segments will actually separate into the soup. This is a very, very simple soup to make. Okay, kaffir lime leaves. We want to take the kaffir lime leaves and we want to take the stem out of the middle. Now basically we're just tearing the kaffir lime leaves. Just tear them. Before adding them to our soup mixture, just scrunch them in our hands just to release the oils and flavour before adding to the soup. Just give everything a gentle stir as we keep going along. Just incorporate all the ingredients and get the flavours flowing throughout. Now we need to taste as we go. As with all Thai cooking, you have to taste. So we will add 2 tablespoons of fish sauce to give our saltiness. Just make sure it's all incorporated in, just a gentle stir. We don't have to go too hard with this. And then we're going to add our sawtooth coriander. Okay, we need to cook the sawtooth coriander into about 1 centimeter pieces and put it in. Now if you don't have sawtooth coriander, no worries, miss it out. We want to add about 2 or 3 green onions, and we need to cut this into 1 centimeter pieces. So when we've cut it, add it to the pan and just give it a gentle stir around just to incorporate our ingredients into the soup to start releasing the flavour. The soup is simmering at the moment. We don't need to boil any of this veg. Obviously it's going to cook through anyway on a simmer. So take a small bunch of coriander or cilantro and slice it through and add that to our soup too. Nice and gently just incorporate everything into the soup mixture. Now for a little bit of heat, we're going to add about 5 chilies. Now you either give them a bashing and throw them in, or you can chop them. It's entirely up to you. Now there's not going to be much heat going through this soup. It's only 5 small chilies. Now if you cannot take the chili heat, add whatever chili you like or can take the heat from. Now if you only want 1 chili, put 1 chili in. If you want 10 chilies, put 10 chilies in. But honestly, this soup only needs a little bit of heat to go with the flavour. It's absolutely perfect, this soup. Now you need to turn off the heat before adding any lime juice. This is very important. If you add lime juice whilst the soup is boiling, the lime juice will make the soup bitter. So turn off the heat, add your lime juice, and we will just incorporate the sourness into our soup and not bitterness. Give it a stir through, and then we have to give it a taste. What does it taste like? Now this soup is a sour soup, so if it doesn't taste sour, add more lime. Now obviously it's not going to be so sour that you've got dimples in your cheeks as soon as you eat it, and you're thinking, oh, but it has to be sour. Okay, mine's not sour enough, I'm adding another lime. Don't forget, all limes are different. This is why we always taste whilst we're cooking Thai food. Some limes are more sour than others. As soon as we've squeezed in our lime juice, we need to give it a stir just to incorporate the flavours in our soup. Then we need to give it a taste test. Okay, this is definitely sour enough, but not salty enough, so we need to add another tablespoon of fish sauce and stir that in. We're looking for that perfect blend of salty, sweet, sour. Now, as you notice, we haven't added any sugar to this. The coconut milk and the veg are sweet enough. Right guys, I hope you enjoy what we're doing. Don't forget, like and subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Wow. There we are guys. A perfect balance of salt, sweety, sour. Kha Gai made the Thai way. Now if you like what we're doing, don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.